In March 2018, the Department of Home Affairs introduced the new Temporary Skill Shortage Visa, Subclass 482, to replace the Temporary Work Visa, Subclass 457. This visa, known as the TSS visa, lets employers address labor shortages by bringing genuinely skilled overseas workers if they are unable to source appropriately skilled Australian workers. While Australian workers still have the priority for filling job roles in Australia, this visa is designed to allow skilled overseas workers to fill skill gaps and address the skills shortage on a temporary basis. Under this subclass, there are three streams: the short-term stream, the medium-term stream, and the labor agreement stream. In this video series, we will look at each TSS visa stream, and in this third video and final part of the series, we will start by looking at the labor agreement stream. Hi, I'm Buki Adelaja. I'm the founder of Youenrol Education and the presenter of Youenrol's videos, and you're watching another episode on the Youenrol channel. On this channel, we'll provide you with all the information you need about studying, living, and working in Australia without you having to pay costly consultant fees, no matter where you are in the world. Our mission is to make your life easier by being your go-to destination for up-to-date information about studying, living, and working in Australia. But before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Also, do click the bell icon so that you don't miss out on our new videos when they are released. Okay, let's dive into the details. With the Labor Agreement Stream Visa, you can work in Australia for up to 4 years for your sponsor. You can also study but with no government assistance. You can also travel to and from Australia as many times as you want while the visa is still valid. So how long can you stay in Australia on this visa? This is a temporary visa, so you can stay in Australia for the period of time your employer nominates you for. This will be up to a maximum of 4 years, depending on the terms of the labor agreement and the validity period of your visa. If your visa is expiring and you want to stay in Australia to continue to work for your existing employer, what needs to happen is that your employer will need to submit a new nomination, and then you must apply for a new visa. Your employer could also sponsor you for permanent residence through the Employer Nomination Scheme, Subclass 186. Note that you might be eligible to apply for other skilled work visas. You can use the visa finder on the Department of Home Affairs website to find out other options for work. You can include other family members called secondary applicants in your visa application. The family members you can add will depend on whether you currently hold a Subclass 457 or a TSS visa. If you have not previously held a Subclass 457 or TSS visa, the secondary applicants you can include in your visa application are those who are members of your family unit. If you currently hold a Subclass 457 or TSS visa and you're applying for a subsequent Subclass TSS visa, the secondary applicants who can be included in your application are one of the members of the family unit or a person who currently holds a Subclass 457 or TSS visa that was granted on the basis that they were a member of your family unit at the time and is currently one of the following: your spouse or de facto partner, your or your spouse's or de facto partner's child or stepchild who is not engaged or married or in a de facto relationship and is younger than 23 years old, or if age 23 or older, they're fully or mostly reliant on you or your partner because they cannot work due to a partial or total physical or mental disability, or is a dependent child of your or your spouse or de facto partner's child or stepchild. To be granted the visa, secondary applicants must be included in the main applicant's nomination or provide written evidence that the sponsor who nominated the main applicant agrees that the secondary applicant can be a secondary sponsored person under the application. Also note that secondary applicants who apply for the visa must meet the health and character requirements for this visa. You can't add family members to your visa application after it has been submitted. If you have submitted your visa application and it's being processed by the department, family members that were not included in your visa application can lodge what is called a subsequent entrant application. Alternatively, if the department has granted you a visa, family members may apply to join you in Australia later as a subsequent entrant. With regards to the cost of the visa and to work out what your visa cost will be, you can use the visa pricing estimator on the Department of Home Affairs website. Do note that the estimator does not take into account other costs. Usually, you can be in or outside Australia when you apply for this visa and when the department decides your application, but not in immigration clearance. If you are applying in Australia, you must hold a substantive visa or a bridging visa A, B, or C. With regards to your obligations under this visa stream, you and your family must meet all the visa conditions and must obey Australian laws. You must also begin your employment within 90 days of entry into Australia if you are outside Australia when the department grants the visa, or within 90 days of the visa grant date if you are in Australia when the department grants the visa. You can travel outside Australia and return as many times as you want while the visa is valid. However, the time you spend outside Australia does not extend the visa. The work conditions attached to the visa include that you must work in Australia only in the occupation you were nominated for and only for the nominator or employer who has a labour agreement with the Commonwealth of Australia. There you have it. This brings us to the end of the series on the temporary skill shortage visa streams. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, click the bell icon to find out when we release new videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.